Hello students, today we are going to learn about an important topic. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. Suppose your friend wants to visit your house, then how can you give the address of your house? Can you say that your house is situated on the globe? Of course, but this is not a proper reply to your friend. A globe is a three-dimensional spherical model representing the entire Earth with high accuracy in shape and distance. Globe gives a broad overview of the whole planet, whereas maps provide detailed information on specific smaller areas like cities or regions. Now, to give your house address to your friend, you need to use a two-dimensional flat surface. My dear students, I want to suggest my house address to my friend. I am living in Dargah Khazipet, Hanamkonda district, Telangana state. I can suggest my friend, start from the main road of Dargah Khazipet, go straight towards the road number 15, ignore the first right and then take the second right. Then go straight towards 200 meters and you can find my house at the right side, which is white colored building. So this is the house address I have given. My dear students, this can be represented in graphical representation also, where I used two-dimensional flat surface, which is called coordinate plane. Hope you understand what topic we are going to start today. That is coordinate geometry. So today our new topic is coordinate geometry. Before going to learn about coordinate plane, we have to learn about a number line. What is a number line? Number line is a horizontal line where the midpoint can be represented with 0 and the right side all the values can be taken as positive and left side we can take the negative values. Now in this number line, if I want to select the point 2, so 2 can be selected at the right side of 0, 2 units distance. Now if you want minus 4, minus 4 can be taken 4 units distance from 0 to the left side because of all the negative values are represented left side of 0. Similarly, I want 2.5. 2.5 is a number which lies between 2 and 3. Hence, in between 2 and 3, we can select a point. That is 2.5. In the same way, I would like to find out minus 4.5. So, if you come to the left side, because of it's a negative value, we have to take left side of 0. Between minus 4 and minus 5, we can select a point. That is minus 4.5. Now, you have to take two number lines like horizontal and vertical. Observe that this horizontal line is like a number line we can represent and the vertical line also number line, but the numbers are 0 to top values are positive and 0 to down values are negative. And the horizontal line is called as x-axis and the vertical line is called y-axis. The plural form of axis is axes. So here we have x-axis and y-axis. Both axes intersect at a point that is 0. Hence, this point is called as origin. It is denoted by O. Now we can find it form a coordinate plane. My dear children, this coordinate plane is divided into 4 equal parts. And the first part, right top, is called as quadrant 1. This one is quadrant 2. and next one is quadrant 3, and last one is quadrant 4. Here x-axis, y-axis both together make 4 quadrants, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now if you want to select a particular point, we can represent it in 2 coordinates with the help of x-axis and y-axis. Suppose I want to take a point 2, 3. 2 can be taken in x-axis, 3 can be taken in y-axis. Here 2 is called abscissa and 3 is called ordinate. Now we shall see how this point can be selected in coordinate plane. First, if you take the abscissa 2 can be taken on x-axis. Then ordinate 3 can be selected on y-axis. So if these two will take perpendicular, then it intersect at a point, that is 2, 3. So this is 2, 3. In the same way, if I take 3, 2. So my dear, there is a difference between 2, 3 and 3, 2. Let us see how it is. 3, 2. 3 is abscissa, 2 is ordinate. Abscissa can be checked on x-axis. Now if you see 3 on x-axis, you can select the point 3. And then ordinate 2 is on y-axis, positive y-axis. So 3, 2, if you join together, then you can get a particular point. That point is called 3, 2. Now clearly you can observe the difference between 2, 3 and 3, 2 in the diagram. By this we can conclude that always A, B is not equal to B, A. Let us see one more point. Minus 2, 5. So minus 2 is abscissa, 5 is ordinate. Minus 2 can be represented on x-axis, 5 can be observed on y-axis. Minus 2, 5. So if these two lines join, we get a particular point, that is minus 2, 5. So observe my dear, here minus 2, 5 is situated in second quadrant. Similarly, I am going to take minus 3, minus 5. So observe here, minus 3 on x-axis, minus 5 on y-axis. If these two intersect at a point, then we get a particular point in quadrant 3. One more point can be taken, that is 5, minus 3. 5 is on x-axis, minus 3 on y-axis. So 5, minus 3 is situated in quadrant 4. So my dear children, here you can observe that the abscissa and ordinate are both positive. Then the point will be situated in quadrant 1. If abscissa is negative, ordinate is positive, then in quadrant 2 we can take a point. If both abscissa and ordinate are negative, in that case the point will be represented in quadrant 3. If abscissa is positive, ordinate is negative, in that case we can take that point in quadrant 4. Now we can see some examples like 5, 1, both are positive. So this point will be situated in quadrant 1. Minus 3, minus 4, both are negative. Then negative both values will be represented in quadrant 3. 5, minus 1. So one positive, one negative. Positive is abscissa, negative is ordinate. Hence this point can be taken in quadrant 4. minus 5 comma 3. This is represented in quadrant 2. So like this, by the signs of the numbers, abscissa and ordinates can be recognized in these quadrants, my dear.